Give me this. So what happened?
Bro, dude said I had to trade him the money for Puerto Rican money.
This is Chinese money.
I did how I'm supposed to know what the fuck
Did
Puerto
you not
Rican
look
money
at
look
it?
like?
Did you not look at it? You don't need different money here.
Fuck out my face,
You
bro.
don't need different money
Stop
here.
recording, bro. You want some dumbass
No, I'm
shit?
definitely gonna record you.
Way worse.
How much did you like, bro?
Bro, I gave him 10,000, bro. All the fucking money.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Where is the dude you're talking about?
I don't know. If I knew, I'd be there.
You do not make no sense, bro. Dumb.
Ladies and gentlemen, first things first, there's nothing funny about this video, okay? There's nothing funny about this video, because had it been any one of us, ladies and gentlemen, we would have been ready to throw some people through a wall, right? We would have been ready to do some serious damage, cause some serious harm, delete and yeet some folk over losing 10 bands. Now, there's a lot that we can learn from this particular video. But first things first, let's get through the emotional aspect of it than what my brother was going through. So basically, you saw the story. Man lost 10 bands because some dude said he had to change the money in order to get in the country. He ended up getting, they said Chinese money, but it looked more like fake money. Like it didn't even look real, right, at all. So my man was mad because he dropped this whole 10 bands. Whatever he was ready to spend on their vacation in Puerto Rico was gone. Let's address the elephant in the room. If that was me and I was going through it and I was in the moment, I would have said the exact same thing that he said to old girl that was recording. Now, my assumption is this was a girlfriend, significant other, or whatever, that they were taking a vacation down to Puerto Rico together, and this situation just happened to happen, and the first thing baby girl does is pull the phone out and start recording them. That shit ain't funny. That right there ain't funny, right? Because had it been my wife, right, and she recorded me and something bad happened to us, I smacked the phone out of hand or something. Like, I'm not gonna hold you, because the emotions of losing that amount of money can take over at any time. And you know, there's 3 things you don't mess with when it comes to me. I call them the 3 F's, but you can figure it out how you want to. My food, my funds, which is my money, and my family. 3 things that nobody should ever touch when it comes to me, because that's the shit that'll get me in my bag and get me focused on trying to hurt somebody, right? Truth be told. So the fact that my man lost all this bread, I feel for him. I fucking feel for this guy. But what we also need to understand is it's got to be a learning lesson. You understand? This has got to be a learning lesson, ladies and gentlemen. Don't just take everybody's word for it. Like, nobody can make you change out any money. Now, basically the way that I'm hearing it, because I don't know the full context of the story, but basically the way that I'm hearing it is he was told that he had to change the money when he got in the country, and this young lady was like, oh, you know that they spend dollars down here, you didn't have to change it. And in my mind, I wouldn't have really considered that until I realized that Puerto Rico was now an extension of the United States. I wouldn't have put 2 and 2 together if I wasn't thinking like that, had I not known that Puerto Rico was nothing more than like the 51st technical state of the United States. I think it's more or less an extension. But the simple fact is, me not knowing, you know, you would say, okay, I got to change this money. Now, here's the problem. First things first, off the rip, I would not have changed my entire amount, right? It don't matter. I would not have changed all the money that I had. I got to keep some dollars on me, JIC, just in case. All right. I would take that to, you know, change that a band or something, $1,000 for a band, and then kept it pushing, right? So if I take an L on 1,000, I'm still hurt, but at least I didn't lose everything, right? I'm like, nah, I'm only safe. I mean, I only feel safe to change X amount, right? That's what I would have said. Like, look, I'll only feel safe to change this amount of money, no amount of money outside of that. But like I said, going back to the situation with the young lady and the camera and shit, that's what I want to focus on, because that's just some bullshit. Like, I hope it was a game, I hope it was a joke, but my man did not look like he was joking. And she over here asking all these questions, and in my mind, I'm thinking, where the fuck was she? She knew this information, right? If she knew this shit, where the fuck was she when this man was changing money? Like, what was we doing when my man was out here trying to make moves and shit if you knew this information, right? Why were y'all not together? How did y'all separate to the point where you come back to him with a camera in your hand, camera in my man's face and shit, camera in your hand, going straight to social media, showing that your man's made a mistake? That honestly, let's keep it a buck. Honestly, this could have happened to anybody. And the reason it could have happened to anybody, now, most of my travelers, most of the guys who fuck with the good dog, you know, rock with the channel, subscribe, notify, you already know what it is. Most of y'all would have been like, yo, man, it couldn't have happened to me because I know the game. Yes, if you've traveled and if you really in the know about traveling, you know, there's nobody that can force you to change any type of currency in any country that you go to. But if you're not thinking and you not know, it could have happened to anybody who was what I would like to call a novice traveler or somebody that doesn't travel much, especially to foreign countries, right? Because in some countries you may say, well, fuck it. I can see how they can say that because, hell, they may not take dollars, right? That could just be your mindset. But, you know, my man got caught lacking. And yes, that's going to sting, and that's going to sting for a long time. I've lost money before. I think everybody at the sound of my voice right now has lost a amount of money, certain amount of money in their time frame or in their lifetime, right? I don't know how much. Could have been a large amount, could have been a little amount. Regardless of whatever the amount is, y'all still feel away. I tell you, I'd still feel away if I lost some bread. But here's the thing. What we need to take from this and what we need to learn from this situation is we've always got to have situational awareness, especially when it comes to our money. I hate to be this type of guy, but this is just the type of guy I am. I'm skeptical as hell if somebody tells me that I have to do something with my money, right? I don't know about y'all, but I'm hella skeptical when I'm in a foreign country and somebody else tries to tell me what I need to do with my money. For example, oh, you can't go in here unless you have this amount of money, or you need to do this with your money first before you're allowed to do something like that. You hear that, to me, that sounds super suspect. Like, why do I have to do it? Give me a explanation that is validated or something that I can ask 3, 4, 5 people to clarify this. Let me talk to a manager. Let me talk, okay, that's the manager. Okay, let me talk to another person. Let me talk to another person. Because I need to hear consistency in stories. And even then, I'm still skeptical, right? I got to hear from more than one person before I start jumping and making moves. But again, I will tell you, in the beginning of this travel shit that I like to, consider myself to be a part of, I made money mistakes. I think we've all made money mistakes, right? It just comes with the territory. So for us guys, it just lets us further know that we really have to be skeptical about people trying to part us from our means, our funds, our bread, our feta, whatever it may be. We've got to be skeptical about people who are trying to part us from our funds or our ends, whatever you want to call it, okay? And that's what we need to take from this video. Hey, be careful who y'all dating, man. Be careful who y'all dating, because I'm going to tell you right now, I'd be damned if my wife did that shit to me. I tell you straight up, I told you, man, not only would I smack the phone out her hand, we talk about an iPhone 14. We're talking about an expensive ass phone. Smack that shit the fuck out your hand, man. Me and her gonna have a good, long, strong conversation. That's what I'll say. We'll have a strong conversation. First. Second of all, he told her to stop recording. She still recorded, ended the recording, and the recording still ended up on social media. So she had to take time to load this shit up on the internet, whatever platform she chose to operate this on. I saw this as a YouTube short. Could have been on IG, it could have been on fucking TikTok or whatever, TikTok, whatever. But the simple fact that she still chose to record it knowing my man was feeling away, not record it, I'm sorry, still chose to post it knowing that my man was feeling away. Y'all gotta be careful with the type of women y'all choose to be with, man, because for me, that is the ultimate sign of disrespect. Ultimate sign of disrespect. I don't ask much in my relationship, ladies and gentlemen, but I do ask fucking respect. That's at the top of the list, above all. If your chick don't respect you, there's a problem with that. And she gonna constantly do some ish that's gonna push your buttons. Yes, it was a mistake you made. And sometimes people wanna call you stupid and dumb for making a mistake. I'm telling you, that is not the time to try to name call somebody. Trust me, I know that is not the time to name call somebody. But also, gentlemen, be careful with the type of woman you choose, because if your woman is willing to openly disrespect you like that, that's a problem. That is a huge fucking problem. Huge problem, huge problem. Because for me, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'll keep it 100 with y'all because I fuck with y'all, all right? There ain't no coming back from that with me. Like, on everything that I love, I'll divorce my wife over some shit like that. Because at that point, it literally shows me that you do not respect. Because I'm sure he said, yo, don't post that shit. But you still post that shit. That shows you how much respect you have for me as a man. Right there, we got to call it. Again, if it's a joke or it's a ha-ha, he-he moment and it's just something for the social media or whatever, different story. But if this is real life and my man really lost all that money and you still recorded the video and then you still took the time to upload and post and do all of this shit, not necessarily as a learning lesson, somewhat of a learning lesson, but kind of to just make me look bad, because that's pretty much all it's gonna do. And you're gonna have people in the comment section probably calling my man all kinds of you dumb, da-da-da-da-da. Not saying that they did that, because I didn't read the comments. That lets me further know that you ain't the one, right? I don't care if we're married or not. I will divorce you for some shit like that. I'm petty as fuck. I don't care. Because that right there shows me you don't give a fuck about how I feel. You don't care about respect, none of that shit. You just don't care. You're like, yo, I'm gonna just share this with everybody because it's funny, or for whatever reason you opted to share it. You shared it, right? So I tell you to your face, baby, you gotta go. Like, me and you, this ain't gonna never happen again. I will divorce somebody. I will leave you where you stand. Bitch, I would have left her ass in Puerto Rico. I would have just swiped a credit card, bought me a ticket. I would have left her ass there until she figured it out herself. Because you think it's funny I lost 10 bands, you figure out your way to get back on, right? Type shit. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's my time, effort, and energy. Hope y'all liked the video. If you did, please feel free to share, like, comment, and subscribe. This has been a good time. Y'all take care and y'all stay blessed, man. Doc is out.